Still stay running. You escaped this week. You barely got by. But you know what? We ain't gonna harp on it. A lot more season left to go. But it'll stay running. You should have your first L.
Quick shot, sports and more.
Quick Shot Podcast, sports and more. Let's get it.
Good people. Welcome to another episode of the Quick Shots Podcast. And this is week 6 episode of the Dunbar Mighty Man Football League. Hey, we gonna get right into it. Big Mike is gonna give y'all the rundown of this week's winners and losers. And I'm gonna give y'all a playoff breakdown for those that's gonna make it and try to win it all. And I'm also gonna be able to chop it up with my opponent this week, the chosen one. Matter of fact, let's start off by showing y'all how Ill State Running escaped this week. So Ill State Running got the W this week with the 175 to 163 victory. But if you look at the comparisons of our starters, for Ill State Running, 175 is low. I mean, Ill State Running almost put up 300 points in a game this year. Everybody on his team either had average points or lower than average points. Only thing that helped him was his defense went crazy. Denver put up 57 points for him. His kicker even had -2 points. I guess that kind of helped me out since I didn't have a tight end, which gave me 0 at the tight end spot. And also shout out to my boy DeAndre Swift, who kept me alive by going off against the Commanders, putting up 50 points. And I know you're probably looking at this like, yeah, if you had a tight end, you definitely probably would have won. But it's not a probably to it, guys. I'm going to show y'all how I definitely would have won with a simple decision. So if you look on the bench, clearly I left a lot of points on the board. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but my starting quarterback gave me 47 points, while my quarterback on the bench put up 76 points. My starting defense gave me 9 points, while my defense on the bench gave me 21 points. So, like I say, I'm not a mathematician, but if I was a betting man, it looked like I would have won by way more points instead of losing by 12 points. But like I say, we don't harp on it. We move on. Plenty more season left. Man, a couple bad decisions. But I can't focus on that no more. I got to worry about this week's opponent, the chosen one. I was able to catch up with the chosen one and throw some questions to him. Chosen one, what's up, man? Thank you for, tapping in with us today on the Quick Shots Podcast and answering a couple of questions. My first question for you is, how you enjoying the league? How you feel about this Dunbar Fantasy Football?
I'm really enjoying it. We having fun. It's a little shit talk here and there. I ain't gonna lie, it's a couple of people that I got my eye on. I'm ready to take down, but they coming. I got some more matchups. I got some more matchups coming that I'm really looking forward to. These next 3 weeks are gonna be critical for me. You know, my record is I'm number 10 in the league out of 12. So these next 3 weeks and how the chips may fall and who's gonna come from the top and drop down to the bottom. Oh, it's coming, it's happening. But I'm enjoying it. So let's get it cracking.
My next question is, do you feel like there's anything you could have done, to change the outcome of your record? Do you feel like anything you should have done, moves, trades, pickups that would have helped you to have a better record?
Is there anything that I could have done differently? That would have improved my record, improved my standing to this point in the league? Yeah, I definitely do. I really started locking down, and locking in rather, and with the putting benching players, looking at the matchups that I'm having per week per player, standings, paying more attention to basically what's going on in the NFL and with the players that I'm running for that week, who their opponents are, which have helped me. Like despite my record, all except one of my games were close, very close. The top dogs have had a problem, outside of my first game once again.
And my last question is, do you honestly think you're going to get the dub over me this week?
Yeah, I do feel like I can win this week. Oddly enough, I'm playing you, brother. So let's get it in. I could take a punch. Can you? Try to knock you out, bro. But in all seriousness, yeah, I do think I can win this week. I trust in the squad that I have. I trust in my decision-making ability and who I'm taking out and who I'm putting in. So, yeah, I can see it happening. Not to mention, hey, my opponent, be sure to tight end. Like, you got to have money makers on the field to win the game.
All right, man. Well, we'll see. Only time will tell. I know I ain't going to make no bad decisions like I made last week. I got to be locked in and focused. I can't let another person escape this week. All right. I done gave y'all the breakdown between me and Ill State. I'm going to kick it over to Big Mike and let him give y'all this week's winners and losers. Then I'll come back and give y'all a playoff breakdown.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. It's your boy Big Mike, aka We Them Boys from Quick Shot Sports and More. Let's go, man. Week six went crazy. Ashton 316 beat me 220 to 277. Shocktown Hustle came close to beating Ill State. Looked like he only beat him by 12 points. 12.3 points to be exact. Shocktown, had he had somebody he forgot to put one player in, he would have upset Ill State. I ain't gonna hold you. Slanging that, you slid by Fat Boy Gaming. You ain't gonna slide by me, because I ain't going. Slanging that beat Fat Boy Gaming 197 to 194. The Reckoning got beat by Mean Machine 197 to 211. DNA Eddie beat up on the Ghost Squad 252 to 161. The Ghost Squad, he caught another body, and he's only 1-5. I'm sorry. And the winner is still 06. And I'm sorry for 2004, but you ain't getting no wins no more. Oh, my bad. He ain't got no wins. Oh, my bad. But he put up some good points. 225. I can't hold him. He's doing better. He just ain't catching the win. He doing better. He just ain't catching the win. And the Chosen One beat him 250 down to 225. Man, everybody, y'all been doing good. Responding in the chats. Trades and all that stuff. Make sure you guys, we got a podcast that we putting this on. Big Ant, put that podcast up right here. Put our channel up right here. I'll wait. Our podcast YouTube channel's right here. Make sure you subscribe it, like and share. Go in there and comment. Also, let me know how y'all feel about a WhatsApp or a Facebook group chat so we can all talk to one another, and then we can post the YouTube, our YouTube channel in there. You guys can see, actually, have hands on to it in real time. The videos once we putting them out. But I ain't gonna lie, this is a good league. A lot of people putting up a lot of points. You see what we doing, man. Stop playing with us, man. 5-1 for real. Yeah. But man, it's your boy Big Mike, aka We Them Boys. Holla at me, man. And I catch you out there on the field. If you making trades, add-ons, drops, do it now. Yeah.
So our standings after week 6 going into week 7, Ill State running and still holding down the number 1 spot with a record of 6-0. And the number 2 spot is Slangin' Dak with a record of 5-1. Then right behind them in the number 3 spot is Ashton 316, who also has a record of 5-1. At the number 4 spot, it goes to DNA Drive with the record of 4-2. At the number 5 spot, we got We Dem Boys, Big Mike's team, at a record of 3-3. And the number 6 spot, we got the Mean Machine, also has a record of 3-3. And then we got the number 7 spot, your boy, Chi-Town Hustle. I also have a record of 3-3. And the 8th spot, we got The Reckoning, who has a record of 2-4. And then in the 9th spot, we got Fat Boy Gaming, who has a record of 2-4. The 10th spot goes to the Chosen One, who I play this week, who's going to have his 5th loss. You can bet your house and kids on it. In the 11th spot, we got the Ghost Squad, who's got a record of 1-5. And last but not least, we got And the Loser Is. If you've seen last week's episode, that's the name he's got. We're going to have to keep him in as the Loser Is until he gets a W on the board. And that's our standings going into week 7. So this is how the playoff breakdown goes. Top 6 teams make it to try to win it all. The top 2 seeds gets buys. They don't play anybody in the quarterfinals. While the bottom 4 seeds fight to get to the semifinals. The winner from the semifinals goes on to the big game to try to win it all. So if you're not in the top 6 at the end of the season, this information is not for you. Big Mike, before we get out of here, I got to ask you a couple questions. My first question to you is, with a 3-3 record, do you still feel like you can make the playoffs?
Why not? I feel like I'm going to win the rest of the games. I'm sorry, swinging that. I'm sorry.
You think you got what it takes to beat Slangin' Dak this week? You think you're going to be able to bounce back off last week's loss and get that win over Slangin' Dak?
I don't really need to do too much because I put up points myself. As you can see, I am still third in points. So points ain't my issue. You know what I'm saying? My issue is the losses I've been taking. The people I've been playing, they just have somebody out the blue, get 1,000 points, and I lose. But I ain't going to make no excuses. What I have to do is just do what I've been doing. I've been averaging over 200 points a game, and just keep doing what I'm doing. I feel like I'm gonna get this game. They got him winning by 21 points. I think I got this in the box. Plus, that is going up against Washington's defense, so maybe I might have something. I feel like I got this in the box.
And my last question, Big Mike, before we get up out of here is, who you think's a sleeper in the league? Who do you think, or what team do you think is a sleeper in this league that could take it all, that people not focused on? I mean, of course, we got the big dogs like Il State and Slangin' Dak, but who else in the league do you feel like is slowly but surely could be there in the end?
I think they sleeping on me, though. I think they sleeping on me. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But if you look at the matchups as well, we go through the records. I think Ashton 316 and DNA is just cruising. You know what I'm saying? They sitting back like, don't worry about me. You know what I'm saying? So I got my eyes on them. But I think we sleeping on them. So yeah, that's how I feel.
That's this week's episode. Join us next week for week 7. We appreciate all the love for those that's been watching. If you in the league and you want to hop on, man, reach out to us. We would love to have everybody on the show. Come on and talk your stuff, man. Week 7 is next week. Quick Shots Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we out. Quick Shots, sports and more.